Here we go! Go, go, go!
Yeah! Good job.
No, that we get.
Whew, good job. Squad needed it. Played Fever way. I love it. More of them.
3 weeks ago, Caitlin Clark went down with a quad injury in a brutal matchup against the New York Liberty. The defending champions believed they had finally silenced the superstar. But they were dead wrong. On June 14th, Caitlin Clark stepped back onto that same court, locked eyes with the undefeated Liberty, and unleashed the most devastating performance of her young career. She dropped 32 points, dished out 9 assists, grabbed 8 rebounds, knocked down 7 three-pointers, and led the Indiana Fever to a commanding 102-88 win that shattered New York's perfect record. But here's what nobody saw coming: how she did it will give you chills. If you're hyped for Caitlin's comeback, drop a "fired up for CC" in the comments below. Because this is the moment we've been waiting for. In case you haven't heard yet, yes, Caitlin Clark is officially back. Back in the lineup. Back in full force. "I'm ready to go," she said, radiating excitement. You're just excited more than anything. It's tough when you prepare for a game while sitting on the bench, knowing the scout, studying the plays, going through the motions as if you're playing, when you know you're not. But today, knowing I was going to be active, that gave me a little extra juice. I'm just excited to be back out there and compete. It's a huge game, especially at home after a loss. Flashback to May 24th, Clark clashed with this same physical Liberty squad in a game plagued by poor officiating. That's where she strained her quad. The timing couldn't have been worse. The Fever were still trying to build chemistry and figure out who they were. Meanwhile, the Liberty looked unbeatable on both ends of the floor. And the fouls? One player pulled Clark's arm on the follow-through, clear as day. Foul number 4. It was blatant. It was cheating. The haters will say she got clamped. Sure, if constant fouling counts as defense. The corrupt officiating handed New York that win, and they still barely pulled it off. While Clark sat for 3 long weeks, watching helplessly from the bench, the Liberty steamrolled the competition. They kept winning. Staying undefeated. Dominant. It felt like the league's biggest threat had been removed. They were sending a message: no one could touch them. Without their star, the Fever stumbled, going 2-3 during her absence. Doubts started swirling. Fans questioned the coach, the roster, the front office. Would Clark return to form after missing all that time? Would the injury limit her burst? Could she still launch those deep threes that made her a household name? When asked about a potential minutes restriction, Clark was blunt. "Not that I've been told. I don't anticipate it. I think that's silly. I told them, I'm not coming back unless I'm 100% full go. Why play 20 minutes? I'm here to win. To give everything for this team." Medical experts raised eyebrows. Quad injuries are no joke for basketball players. They can rob you of your ability to cut, jump, and shoot with power. Clark's game depends on her explosiveness and limitless range. The uncertainty was real. But here's what the Liberty didn't see coming. Clark spent every single day preparing for this exact moment. She told reporters, "The hardest part is when you feel good, but you still have to work your way back into rhythm, running up and down, reintegrating with your team." She kept her mind sharp, studied film, visualized her comeback. Coach Christy Sides told her, "Give yourself some grace as you shake the rust off." Clark hadn't played in 5 games, her teammates had. But she felt ready. "I've been great in practice. I think our team has been really good. It's not the same as a game, but Coach White puts us in game-like situations." And then, game day arrived. The hype was real. 2.22 million viewers tuned in on ABC and ESPN+. That's the second most watched WNBA game ever on that network. Everyone wanted to see if the phenom was really back. Clark took the floor with fire in her eyes. "I don't want to come back unless I'm full go," she'd said. "I'm out there to win. To give it all." You could see it in every step, every warm-up shot, every interaction with her teammates. The stage was set. The defending champs. The same squad that had injured her. This was her shot at revenge. She had to prove she was healthy. But more than that, she had to remind the basketball world who she really is. And then it happened. Right from the opening quarter, Clark made her presence felt. The game was tight. Both teams trading buckets. The Liberty looked sharp. They had their streak. Then Clark made her move. She crossed half court, kept going. From 34 feet out, she launched it. The logo 3. Swish. Like it was nothing. The crowd buzzed, but that was just the start. Moments later, she did it again, from 28 feet. Keep in mind, the three-point line is 22 feet. And she was pulling from 6 feet behind it. The crowd exploded. The noise was deafening. Players on both benches stood up just to watch. This wasn't basketball anymore, it was a show. Then Clark struck again. From 31 feet. Perfect rotation. Perfect arc net. Not even a touch of the rim. The Liberty bench? In disbelief. Their coaches? Stunned. Breanna Stewart, one of the league's best, was caught on camera smiling and nodding, pure respect. Even coach Sandy Brondello couldn't help but admire it. These weren't lucky shots. Every one of them was textbook Clark. That release. That form. That follow-through. Smooth. Confident. Effortless. It looked like she was back in Iowa, draining shots in her driveway, not torching the defending champions in front of over 2 million people. 3 logo threes in just 38 seconds. Tied her career high with 7 threes total. And the game's momentum flipped instantly. The Liberty's confidence evaporated. Clark had made her return loud, clear, and unforgettable. But she wasn't done. Not even close. When the final buzzer sounded, her stat line looked like something out of NBA 2K on rookie mode: 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, in just 31 minutes. But this wasn't just any game. And Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She moved like the injury never happened. Her first step? Still lightning. She drove to the basket with the same fury that made her a legend. Her passing? Unbelievable. Threading needles between defenders. 9 assists from a player who was out for 3 weeks. That's elite court vision. She created buckets out of thin air. And those rebounds? That's heart. That's hunger. Clark crashed the boards against players 6 inches taller. Battling in the paint like everything was on the line. She shot 55% from the field, 11 of 20. 7 of 14 from deep. Draining high-difficulty shots all game long. Defenders in her face? Didn't matter. Pressure moments? She embraced them. Every Liberty comeback attempt? Clark shut it down. Whether it was a dagger 3 or a laser pass for an easy bucket, she always had the answer.